Shalom, shalom, shalom to the 12 tribe that scattered abroad. Shalom to the 12 tribe that scattered abroad. Where my other Bible at? Welcome back to Reading the Bible with your brother Nehemiah. I am Israel, a true seeker of Yahweh. Like, share, subscribe, comment. How y'all doing today, Israel? Where's my other Bible? How y'all doing today, man? Before we get started, we want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. We got to thank the Father. We got to. Man, I've been feeling good now. I'm getting back in the mood. Everything coming back to me. I'm getting coped with the job, both of the job, getting them lined up, timing myself, because I don't have that long to be time to myself during the weekday, because I work both of the job. They like right behind each other. So like I just got off my second job, the morning job, at the second job. I just got off that one at 2 o'clock. So did it from 2 to 7 o'clock. It's the time that I have to myself now. Then I'll be leaving here to my other job, my first job, my night job. I'll be heading there by 7. But man, it's a wonderful thing, man. I just keep praying to the Lord to keep me going, man. And trying to keep the commandment to the best of my ability, man. That's all I got, and that's all I can do, So I have to give him all his glory and praise him. Without him, man, I wouldn't make it. I'm just being straight up honest, man. My Father keeps me going. I'm hard-headed, I'm hard-headed. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but he's merciful and forgiving God. You have to be righteous. You have to be righteous with this. I got to, Salaki, let me find this other Bible. Okay, family, we are in Leviticus. We're going to start the book of Leviticus. We had ended Exodus. We had read the 40th chapter, ended that with all the things that the garment they made, the tabernacle, the ark, the altar for the burnt sacrifices on it. That was all in Exodus. So we heading into Leviticus. We still get more laws, commandments. We got a lot of commandments. We got a lot of laws. It's all the same. But we had got a lot of them in Exodus. Now you feel to really get what we should be eating and the dietary law. And more the sacrificial laws, some more commandments, what we need to be doing. See, God told us told Moses to tell them. See, he spoke to Moses and told Moses what he needed him to do, to command us to do. See, we were commanded to do these things. Our ancestors were commanded, our forefather them was commanded to do these things. And when they fail against these things, we fell in a bad situation with the Most High. He turned his back on us. So the first 5, like I said, the first 5 books of the Bible, of the Old Testament, is the book of Moses. They are the Torah, with the laws, the statutes, the commandments, the judgments, all that. Like I said, all the laws. I told we have 5 sets of law. I can't remember them all. I know it's the dietary law. It was the sacrificial law. It was the moral law. It was there's 2 more. I can't remember them all. I got them written down somewhere. But as we read in these, you will see what laws he's talking about. So everybody get their King James Version with the Apocrypha out and open up to Leviticus chapter 1 is where we're going to begin. It's where we're going to begin. Let's see some of that say 74. True. Okay, let's begin. Let's begin. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 1, verse 1. Okay, here we go. The book of Leviticus, chapter 1, verse 1. And the Lord called unto Moses, and spake unto him out of the tabernacle of the congregation, saying. So the Lord called unto Moses again. So the Lord called unto Moses again out of the tabernacle of the congregation, the tabernacle that they built, that Moses led up, put up. That was in Exodus 40. That was in Exodus 40. When they finished building all this stuff, making all this stuff, the garment and the tabernacle, everything, they brought it to Moses. And Moses put it up. Remember? We just did that in Exodus 40. Saying, verse 2, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, if any man of you bring an offering unto the Lord. So he's speaking unto the children of Israel about an offering. He said, if any man of you bring an offering unto the Lord, ye shall bring your offering of the cattle, even of the herd, and of the flocks. So he's telling you to bring it of the cattle, the herd, and of the flock. So let me go into some, because I want to get a good understanding. When they say a flock is a group of birds like geese or mammals, typical sheep or goats, as a noun, also referred to a large crowd of people. Yes. So a flock is like a group of birds, geese, like geese, or mammals. So either a cold animal or warm animal or bird or sheep. That's a flock. A flock. You have a flock, like you can have a flock of dogs. A flock of, that's like a herd. If you got so many dogs that you care for and you raise, yes, that's a flock. So what is the flock in the Bible? In the Bible, a flock is a group of sheep or goats, often used metaphorically to represent God's people. Remember, we read that it's a flock. It can be also as a people too. So a flock could be people, and they said it represent God's people. This what the Bible say. The first definition is the definition come from I got off Google. Whatever thing they show with the definition be showing. But the other one, that's why I always try to go both for. I read the I read the dictionary one, then I read the Bible dictionary one. So in the Bible, a flock is a group of sheep or goats, often used metaphorically to represent God's people, Israel, or the church, under the care, protection, and guidance of a shepherd, representing God or Jesus Christ. So he was telling them to get out the flock, even of the herd of the cattle. So if any man bring an offering unto the Lord, they got to make sure it came out offering of the cattle, offering of the herd, out of the herds, or out of the flocks. It could be the birds. Like I said, geese. You can use that offering of an offering for an offering. Verse 3. If his offering be a burnt sacrifice of the herd, so if his offering is a burnt sacrifice of the herd, let him offer a male without blemish. So if it be of the herd of a burnt sacrifice, hold on, you know what I got to do? Because I want to get it right. A herd is a large group of animals of one kind, typically mammals with hooves, such as cattle, elephants, or sheep, that live, feed, or travel together, often under human supervision. It can also refer to a large crowd of people. We already made that solution. Okay, let's go see some. Okay, ain't got that, so that was it. So he said, if his offering be burnt sacrifice, or a burnt sacrifice of the herd, let him offer a male without blemish. Without blemish. So that means your lamb shall be without blemish. A male of the first year. You shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. So, because if it have blemish on it, you can't offer that. Let's continue. He shall offer it of his own voluntary will at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before the Lord. On his own voluntary. Y'all understand that? I told it's self-explanatory. The Bible, verse 4. And he shall put his hand upon the head of the burnt offering. So he need to put his hand upon the head of his burnt offering. And it shall be accepted for him to make atonement for him. He said, and he shall put his hand upon the head of the burnt offering, and it shall be accepted for him to make an atonement for him. So, what he sacrificing, what he offering, it'll be accepted. Let me see something. Okay, accepted is an adjective describing something generally believed, approved, or recognized as standard, proper, or true. That's what that means. Verse 5. It's for him to make the atonement. Verse 5. And he shall kill the bullock before the Lord. And the priest, Aaron's sons shall bring the blood and sprinkle the blood round about upon the altar that is by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. So Aaron's son, so when he kill the bullock, he gonna kill it before the Lord. And the priest, because it got an S on it, plural, make it more than one. And the priest, so when it say and the priest, it's saying and the priest, Aaron's sons. So he talking about Aaron's son, the priest. Aaron's son, and they shall bring the blood after they kill the bullock. They're going to get the blood. They're going to bring the blood and sprinkle the blood round about upon the altar that is by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. That's what they do. Verse 6, and he shall flay the burnt offering and cut it into his pieces. And cut it into his pieces. Okay. Let's see. Flay. Leviticus chapter 7, verse 8. And the priest that offer any man's burnt offering, even the priest, shall have to himself the skin of the burnt offering which he had offered. Okay, let me see what this is, the definition of this. Flay. To flay means to strip the skin or outer surface of an animal or person, traditionally by peeling or beating. So it's like you peel the skin off something. So he said, and he shall flay the burnt offering. So the skin got to come off. Whatever he brought to offer, a man brought the offering for his atonement, for his sacrifice, he had to flay it. He had to flay the burnt offering and cut it into his pieces. So he had to cut the got to cut the meat, the offering, to his pieces. But he gonna flay it first, meaning he gonna skin it. Peel it. Verse 7. And the sons of Aaron, the priest, shall put fire upon the altar and lay the wood in order upon the fire. Verse 8. And the priest, Aaron's sons, shall lay the parts, the head and the fat, in order upon the wood that is on the fire, which is upon the altar. So when they cut it in pieces, they gonna take the parts, the head and the fat, and they gonna put it in order. When they where they lit the wood at on the fire, they gonna put it in order upon the wood, and it's gonna already be on fire, because it said that is on the fire which is upon the altar. Verse 9. But his inwards and his legs shall he wash in water. So he's going to take his inward part, That's gonna be like the liver, that stuff, the inwards. Let's get the definition of that.
Inwards.
Inwards is an adverb meaning towards the inside center or interior of a place, space, or body. It can also refer to movement towards the mind, spirit, or self. Oh, hold on. Primarily used in British English, often man. I need to see what the Bible say about the inwards. It ain't showing that. But it's inside, your inside. So the inwards part in his leg. So when he cut the legs off and cut the inward parts out of them, and then cut it up, that's when he cut it up in pieces. Because he cut the legs off. So he probably made the, let me see, what you call it. You got the legs, you got the thighs, you got the waist part. So he cut it in pieces. Took the head off. Took the legs off. Probably took the shoulders. Like that. The breast. Yeah. And he washed the legs and the inwards part with water. And the priest shall burn all on the altar to be a burnt sacrifice and an offer made by fire of a sweet savior unto the Lord. So he's still burning it all on the altar, all of it. He just had to wash the inward parts in the leg. See, this is a commandment. This is what during this time. See, we don't need to do this now. Because this is like what we were sacrificing animals for our sins, for what we was doing wrong. But then God sent his only begotten son to us. They say the world, but you got to find out the definition of the world. So this is what they was doing. See, that's what Jesus came to stop right there. The sacrificial laws. We don't have to do that. Kill animals no more for our offerings for our sin. Because this is what they doing. This was a commandment. See, it was a sweet savior unto the Lord. Verse 10. And if his offering be of the flocks, namely of the sheep or of the goat, for a burnt sacrifice, he shall bring it a male without blemish. So if it be of the sheep, so if it was of the herd, he did it the same way because he had to be without blemish. I'm trying to see what verse that was. Okay. I went back up to verse 5. I think that was 5. A bullock is a castrated male bovine steer, typical a young one raised for beef. So the bullock, okay, that came from beef for beef, or in some region, a working ox. Okay, that's the difference. See, that's what I was trying to see. So it said, like in verse 5, it said, and he shall kill the bullock before the Lord. So the bullock came, and he shall put his hand upon the head. Let me see where it came from. I'm trying to see. Okay, it say, and if offering, verse 3, if his offering be a burnt sacrifice of the herds. So the bullock came out the herd. Now the sheep and the goat coming out the flocks. See, I want to make sure this understandable. Because I was kind of confused at a minute right then. So the herd dealing with the ox, the cow, because it said bee and it said ox. That's the herd. So the flock is the goats, the sheep. Because that's what we at in down here in verse 7. Let me see what we was in the song. I think we read that verse 6 and 7. Yeah. We in verse 10. He said, and if his offering be of the flocks, namely of the sheep or of the goat. You know, the flock is the same thing like the herd. Because they both giving us like the same definition. It's just a group of things, a group of animals. Let me see. Let's go back right quick one more time. So I told you I'd be learning right along with y'all. That's why I'm not no teacher. I'm the one that's so happy that I found the truth that I want to show it to y'all. That's why I'm reading the Bible. Okay. I just wanted to look the definition of herb up again. It said a herd is a large group of animals of the same species, typical hoofed mammals like cattle or elephant that live, feed, or travel together. Okay, that's the difference. That's the difference. Because the flock is the one that need the shepherd. The herd, they like out there in the wilderness and on their own. We see it on the TV all the time when they be showing the animal channel and they be showing all of them in a bunch. That's a herd. Now, it make more sense now. It also referred to a large, often disorganized group of people. Ain't being led by nobody. That's the difference between a herd and a flock. But they like the same thing because it's all like a group of things. The herd is like a group of sheep, group of goats. The herd is like a group of ox, a group of cow. Ain't being led to no well. But the sheep, the goats, they flocks. They being led by a shepherd. You get it? I get it. I get the understanding. And I hope y'all get it too. Let's go back to verse 10. Verse 10. Leviticus chapter 1, verse 10. And if his offering be of the flock, namely of the sheep or of the goat, for a burnt sacrifice, he shall bring it a male without blemish. It cannot be blemished. Got to be without blemish. Verse 11. And he shall kill it on the side of the altar northward. So he ain't doing the same thing what he did with the first one. Came out the herd. He killing this on the side of the altar on the northward before the Lord. See, the other one was in front of the tabernacle before the Lord. This on the side of the tabernacle. Ain't that right? Let's go back up for a minute. I just want y'all to get the understanding of these laws, the commandments, that none of this stuff was done away with, but this. That's what Jesus came and done away with for our sin. That's what it means we died for our sin. So we wouldn't keep killing these. We wasting meat. What we just looking for. Okay, here it is. And he shall kill the bullock before the Lord, and the son shall bring the blood, and see it said, and he shall put his hand upon the head of the burnt offering, and it shall, I'm trying to see what voluntary, okay, right here. Verse 3, if his offering be a burnt sacrifice of the herd, let him offer a male without blemish. He shall offer it of his own voluntary will at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before the Lord, at the door. Now, when you're doing it with the flock, he said, and verse 10, and if his offering be of the flock, namely of the sheep or of the goat, for a burnt sacrifice, he shall bring it a male without blemish. And verse 11, and he shall kill it on the side of the altar northward, not at the door. He killed it on the side northward before the Lord. And the priest, Aaron's son, shall sprinkle his blood round about upon the altar. Verse 12. And he shall cut it into his pieces with his head and his fat, and the priest shall lay them in order on the wood that is on the fire, which is upon the altar. Now, when they say in order, it means in order how it came, how they cut it off. You know, the head, then this part, then this part, in order. That's what he's talking about, in order. It need to be laid on the wood in order. But, verse 13, he shall wash the inwards and the legs with water. He still do that the same way too, like the other one. He still do that like the other one too. He have to wash the inwards and the legs with water. Verse 13 again from the top. But he shall wash the inwards and the leg with water, and the priest shall bring it all and burn it upon the altar. It is a burnt sacrifice, an offer made by fire of a sweet Savior unto the Lord. Now that coming from the flock. Verse 14. And if the burnt sacrifice for his offering to the Lord be of fowls. Now fowls, let's define fowl. Fowls are domesticated birds kept for meat or eggs, like specifically chickens, but often include turkeys, ducks, and geese, or wild birds, or wild birds hunted for food and game. So a fowl is a bird. It's a chicken, specifically, because it already said domesticated birds kept for meat or eggs. Chicken lay eggs. Turkey lay eggs. Yeah. So these are fowls. So if it be of the fowl, it can be ducks or geese, but this ain't what we use. We use clean meat, like chicken, turkey. We use the clean meat. We know what clean meat, what fowls they talking about, because they got in the beginning in Genesis when they tell you about how many clean and unclean. That's why we brought 7 are clean and 2 are unclean on board. He gave you more than what you're supposed to be eating, the meat you're supposed to be eating. He gave you 7 of them, male and female. But he gave you 2 unclean meat of them, bring on the ark, male and female. Why did he do that? Because that's what we was eating. And that's the clean meat. That's what he preferred you to eat. We don't supposed to be eating meat at all. We don't supposed to be tasting blood, period. Let's continue. He said, verse 14 again, and if the burnt sacrifice for his offering to the Lord be of fowls, then he shall bring his offering of turtle doves or young pigeons. I don't know if a pigeon is clean meat. And a turtle dove, let me look at this. That looked like a quail. It looked like a quail. It looked like a pigeon. Let me see what this say. Hold on. It say, turtle doves are small, slender, old world pigeons. Genuines, scriptelida, often turtle, known for their soft, purring called migratory habits, and distant brown speckled plumage. They are frequently used as symbols of affectionate love, fidelity, and peace, knowably featured in romantic literature and the 12 Days of Christmas song. You know, I ain't know a turtle dove. I don't know what I thought was a turtle dove was. This actually my first time really looking at a turtle dove. It looked like a pigeon. But these things ain't eatable. I'm trying to see what it say anything about that. Okay, hold on. They are shy ground feeders that eat seeds. They are long distant migrant, wintering in Africa and returning to Eurasia in the spring. They might be eatable. Use example similar representing romantic intimacy. Often associated with affection, sometimes used to describe a loving couple. They are a pair of turtle doves. Context. So don't let me, I'm not going to lie to y'all. Don't let me lie. Make me lie saying they eatable. I don't know if they eatable or not. But we're going to go back to the top of 14. It say, and if the burnt offering If the burnt sacrifice for his offering to the Lord be of fowl, then he shall bring his offering of turtle doves or of young pigeon. So it had to be an offering of a turtle dove or a young pigeon. Verse 15. And the priest shall bring it unto the altar and wring off his head and burn it on the altar. And the blood thereof shall be wrung out at the side of the altar. So he said, and the priest shall bring it unto the altar and wring, let's see, nip or pinch off his neck, off his head, pinch his head off from his neck, and burn it on the altar. And the blood thereof shall be wrung out at the side of the altar. Y'all understand that? He gonna take your head off, put it on fire, burn it on the altar, and the blood that's in it thereof shall be wrung. So he gonna wring out at the side of the altar, the blood. He ain't sprinkling. You know how your grandma used to say, "Boy, wrench that rag out." That what he finna do. He gonna wring that blood out of that thing on the side. So he gonna do it like this, I guess. That's wringing it, ain't it? That's wringing it. And verse, where we at? Verse 16. And he shall pluck away his crop with his feather. Okay, let's see what this is. A crop is a cultivated plant or horticultural product grown at harvest in large quantities for food, profit, or substance, such as grain, vegetable, or fruit. It also refers to the total yield of such produce in a season, a group of similar things, or a very short haircut. I was trying to find what it means in the Bible. Because what we read is say, verse 16 again, and he shall pluck away his crop with his feather, and cast it beside the altar on the east part by the place of the ashes. So this going to be on the east part. When he pluck away his crop with his feathers, he going to cast it beside the altar on the east part by the place of the ashes. Verse 17. And he shall cleave it with the wings thereof, but shall not divide it asunder. And the priest shall burn it upon the altar, upon the wood that is upon the fire. It is a burnt sacrifice, an offer made by fire of a sweet Savior unto the Lord. So he just broke down how you give up a sweet, when a man bring an offering to the Lord. He told you what to do with the cattle, how you do it with the cattle, how you do it with the herd, and how you do it with the flock. That's what he just, with the fowls. The fowls, the herd, and the flock. He just broke that. That's what he commanded Moses to do, to tell them how to do it, to speak unto the children of Israel. If a man bringing an offering. That was the end of chapter 1. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 2, verse 1. And when any will offer a meat offering, and that was he said, speak unto the children of Israel back in 1, saying unto them, if any man of you bring an offering unto the Lord, ye shall bring your offering of the cattle, even the old. This telling you how do you do it, what offer you bring, of the flock, or the herd, or the fowl. He explained that, but this is just telling you any offering. Now in chapter 2, verse 1, it say, and when any will offer, it's still saying what it was talking about in verse 1. In chapter 1. So any offering, and when any will offer a meat offering, when any offer a meat offering unto the Lord, his offer shall be of fine flour, and he shall pour oil upon it, and put frankincense thereon. So if it be of a meat offering, his offer shall be of fine flour, and he shall pour oil upon it, and put frankincense thereof. Verse 2, and he shall bring it to Aaron's sons, the priests, and he shall take thereout his handful of the flour thereof, and of the oil thereof, with all the frankincense thereof. And the priest shall burn the memorial of it upon the altar, to be an offering made by fire of a sweet Savior unto the Lord. So this going to be for burn with the frankincense. It's an aromatic, hardened gum resin derived from the sap of boswell tree. That's the frankincense. So he gonna burn, and the priest shall burn the memorial of it upon the altar, to be an offering made by fire of a sweet Savior unto the Lord. Verse 3, and the remnant of the meat offering shall be Aaron's and his son. So the remnant of the meat offering, well, I guess what's left over, the remnant. Let's see what remnant. A remnant is a small surviving part, trace, or leftover piece of something larger, such as fabric, a group of people, or a past era. So that's going to be what's left over. He said, and verse 3 again, and the remnant of the meat offering shall be Aaron and his son. It is a thing most holy of the offering of the Lord made by fire. So the remnant was left over that meat offering. It go to Aaron and his son. And it is a thing most holy of the offering of the Lord made by fire. Verse 4. And if thou bring an oblation of a meat offering, baking in the oven, it shall be unleavened cakes of fine flour mingling with oil, or unleavened waffles anointed with oil. You see the commandment in the commandment where he got us doing. These is dealing with the offering, meat offering. These are dealing with the offering. These were commanded to our forefathers to do. Verse 5, and if thy oblation be a meat offering baking in a pan, It shall be of fine flour, unleavened, mingling with oil. Unleavened. The first one, unleavened. Baked in a pan, unleavened. Meaning no yeast. Verse 6. Thou shalt part it in pieces, and pour oil thereon. It is a meat offering. Verse 7. And if thy oblation be a meat offering baking in the frying pan, it shall be made of fine flour with oil. Verse 8. And thou shalt bring the meat offering that is made of these things unto the Lord. And when it is presented unto the priest, he shall bring it unto the altar. Verse 9. And the priest shall take from the meat offering a memorial thereof, meaning a portion, a memorial portion thereof, and shall burn it upon the altar. It is an offering made by fire of a sweet savior unto the Lord. And that which is left of the meat offering shall be Aaron and his sons. It is a thing most holy of the offering of the Lord made by fire. This dealing with the meat offering. That's why he said a memorial, meaning a portion. A portion to put on the altar to burn. And what left over, go to Aaron and his sons. Verse 11. No meat offering which ye shall bring unto the Lord shall be made with leaven. That's why I kept saying, no yeast, unleavened. It got to be unleavened. Can't be made with leaven in it. Unleavened. For ye shall burn no leaven, nor any honey in any offering of the Lord made by fire. So he said you shall burn no leaven, nor any honey in any offering of the Lord made by fire. So any offering you make by fire to the Lord, no leaven, no honey. Verse 12. As for the oblation, let's see what this is. An offering. As for the offering of the first fruit, now we feel to break down the oblation of the first fruit. Ye shall offer them unto the Lord. So as for the oblation of the first fruit of your first growth, ye shall offer them unto the Lord, but they shall not be burnt on the altar for a sweet savior. They shall not be burnt, but you got to offer your first fruit, meaning you go out there and plant your garden, and the first fruit that's come up upon it, that's the offering to the Lord. That's what he's saying. Verse 13. In every oblation of thy meat offering shall thou season with salt. Every oblation, every offering of thy meat offering shall thou season with salt. And it's okay to season your meat. Neither shalt thou suffer the salt of the covenant of thy God to be lacking from thy meat offering. God likes salt too then. With all thy offering, thou shalt offer salt. God like his meat seasoned too. You can tell we like him because we can't eat no plain meat. We don't like that taste of that plain meat. Verse 14, let's keep going. And if thou offer a meat offering of thy first fruit unto the Lord, thou shalt offer for the meat offering of thy first fruit green ears of corn dried by the fire, even corn beating out of full ears. So if you offer a meat offering of thy first fruit unto the Lord, it shall offer for the meat offering of thy first fruit green ears of corn, dried by the fire, even corn beating out of full ears. Verse 15. And thou shalt put oil upon it, and lay frankincense thereon. It is a meat offering. Verse 16. And the priest shall burn the memorial of it, part of the beating corn thereof, and part of the oil thereof, with all the frankincense thereof. It is an offering made by fire unto the Lord. That was the end of chapter 2. And we're going to end it right there for now. And we will pick back up in chapter 3 and keep going. But these are breaking down the offering, the meat offering, and how the offering when you offering of the flocks. That's the meat. That's meat. When you be offering of the flock, like the sheep, the cattle, or the herd, the ox, the beef. That's the meat. That's meat. He was describing in chapter 1 how it should be done. Now he telling you when you offer up a meat offering, that's the meat offering you offering up from chapter 1. When he was talking about the herd and talking about the flocks and talking about the fowls. That's the meat. So he telling you now in chapter 2 how you should do it. But he was telling you how they should be done when you offer. Like you get the herd, it come to the door of the tabernacle. But when you get the flock, they go on the side of the northward. And you do it, you kill it in front of the Lord. The herd do it in front of the door of the Lord. The flock do it in front of the side. And the fowl, it did different too. But if you bring either one of these for a meat offering, this is how you got to break it down. Now, if you bring the first fruit, or offer for the first fruit, you don't burn it. That's what it said. But family, you can go back over it and read it. Because like I said, when I be reading it to y'all, I be learning things too. That's why I do it, read this Bible over and over and over again. I find something new, or I get a better understanding. You know, he said, draw nigh to him, he'll draw nigh to you. Blessed the man that read it. So how can you get a better understanding if you don't read it? Don't just listen to me. Let me tell you. Read it for yourself. Yes, I volunteer to read the Bible because I like reading the Bible. I like knowing my history. I like to know where I'm coming from, where I came from. I like to know how we got in our predicament. Who put us in this predicament? And why did we get in this predicament? Now I know that. I can't point the finger at these other nations because we would, if our forefather them, our ancestor, them would have hearkened to the voice of the Lord and did what he asked him, kept the commandment, he would have never brought all these things upon what he brought upon the people in Egypt. None of the diseases. We never would have got moved out of the first spot and came to land. We never would have got ran out of our land. He never would have sent nobody in there and take us out of our land. And we wouldn't have been living like this. But he seen all these things. That's why he told Moses, I know these people. I seen these people. They are some stiff-necked people. He already know. We just like puppet on screens. Playing the story out. That's it. That's why they say, oh, he know what you're going to do before you do it, when you do it, how you do it. Yes, he do. Because he already seen what he said. I seen these people. With that being said, Israel, man, y'all go to Matthew chapter 6. We're going to close this thing on out. Close this thing on out with the Lord's Prayer. You know, like I said, y'all read it for yourself. I like reading. Where my glasses? Because I can't see any words in the Bible. I was reading off that phone. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 9. After this manner, therefore, pray ye, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. Man, he said, if a man have an ear, let him hear. It's real. We need to wake up and start listening to us brothers. Start listening to your brothers. Because the end is here. Whether you want to believe it or not. It's in. This is over. So with that being said, man, y'all endure this to the end. Keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Because you will be judged for it. God hates the sin. And he definitely hates the sinner. Y'all be blessed. Kwame Yasharala.